Welcome back. This is going to be a very basic but very necessary review of the new Rolex 39mm 1908 lineup. So here's another one of last year's releases, which is the 1908 lineup. It also said goodbye to the Cellini. Now, I've always been a fan of the Cellini. I like them. I think it's, you know, that necessary dress watch on a leather strap from the brand, especially the last one, which had the moon face. I thought, great looking watch always. But when I saw the new release of this 1908, I said, damn, I really like that. I feel like finally Rolex in the modern era has come out with their version or their answer to the Callatrava. God knows a couple times I've put on a tuxedo. When I put on a presidential, it just doesn't look right. I feel like you need to have a watch with a leather strap. The downside to that is that sometimes when you get into these hot horology and leather strap, it gets crazy in prices. Enter the 1908. I think it's a great looking watch that has a great price range. Let's talk about that name first. 1908. Seems very simple and kind of just grows on you immediately, as opposed to the code 1159, which in my opinion is a complete failure of a model designation, name, whatever you want to call, lineage, line. It sucks. Code 1159 just sucks. The new Rolex 1908 is actually the way it's done. That's how you do it. Very simple, very basic. I love the look of the dial with that Explorer type numbers at the 9, 3, and the 12. Love that look right there. Number two, look at that hour hand. Something about that hour hand, again, I also like it. You're gonna see that in other watches like a Patek and stuff like that. But I like that this has that, it's kind of like the most Patek-y feel I've ever seen from a Rolex watch. I know that's kind of blasphemy what I just said, but I'm just speaking the honest truth. That's how I feel about it. I love how they use this divided bezel where half of it is fluted and the other half is smooth, domed, however you want to reference it. It has a really good look with that. Another thing I want to point out is I also like the use of a matte dial. Gloss would have been fine as well, but the matte I think was perfectly executed. The 39mm case fits perfect on your wrist. I love the thickness of it, not too big. Sometimes when the watches get too many complications, it gets a little bit big. That's one bone that I have to pick with the Cellini that I love with the moon face. Great watch, a little bit thinner would have been better when you're going down that dressier option. So before I continue to tell you all the things that I love and hate about this watch, hit that subscribe button right now. Another thing I love about this 1908 are the options in materials. You got the yellow one, just like this. You have white gold and rose. Yes, I would have liked to see perhaps a platinum, but I like that you have the 3 different colors. Personally, on my hit list, since the second I saw this, is a white gold one. I think at some point it's a good watch to have for any black tie event. It's a Rolex. It's always gonna be nice. It's always gonna be current, and it will be timeless, especially with this clean design that they came out with. For full dress situations, I tend to like white gold or platinum. I feel like it's a lot cleaner. It just looks better overall for me personally. But it's on my hit list, not right now. We'll wait for him to roll out. Maybe I'll find a pre-owned one at one moment. But I want the white gold on the black. That's kind of one of the things that I wish the Moonface Cellini would have had. A bit more options when it comes to colors. Doesn't have to have a lot of colors like some of these Royal Oaks nowadays, but it could have had a couple more options with maybe a black leather strap. Not just stuck on that one option that they gave us. Beautiful watch, loved it, only bone to pick. Clasp design is beautiful, although I feel that nowadays, for watches that are simple like this, that are not like, not so much heavy hitter stuff, I kind of prefer a tang and buckle. Might as well keep the simple watch simple. Deploy and clasp are nice, and they are cool. But I think in this particular design, I would have preferred just a tang and buckle. How about that strap though? It's got a matte alligator with a green in the back. Gotta love that. And since we're back there, another watch that Rolex released with a clear case back. You see, I think this is a watch that's very fitting to have that clear case back. When you have a watch like this, which I've had a Callatrava in the past, which is an older one, when it's got that sealed case back, it just kind of makes the watch a little bit boring. Remember, these are very simple, classic looking watches. It's good to have that little bit of playfulness when you turn it around and you can see the movement. Just kind of makes it look more luxurious and valuable. It's just fucking cool. You know what I mean? It's not that complicated. But the 1908, in my opinion, was the watch that I didn't think we needed from Rolex. Would have never thought they'd do something like this. And I'm hoping it's a watch that's gonna sell. And it's gonna be a good option for somebody out there to get something that's a lot cheaper than a Callatrava. You know, a basic Calatrava is gonna be in the 30s, where something like this is in the 20s at retail. Low 20s, that is. I think it's something that's gonna give a run for its money to the Callatrava. However, Patek will always be Patek. So comment below what you think about the Rolex 1908 collection. And if you like this video, like and share it. Also, subscribe right now to my YouTube channel.